Good evening. I'm making myself laugh again with all my mess ups, but hopefully this will be a go. um, Hope everyone's had a blessed weekend and a good start to this week. And I'm going to read chapter 14 and 15, I believe, Truly's Travels. But really quick, I wanted to say I've had a little bit of a lag in posting these, and that's because am having technical difficulties with the program I'm using to make these videos. My grandson's trying to help me, but he's got a hard job to try to help his grandma. But anyway, we'll keep at it until we get it accomplished. And I hope you're enjoying the reading. I wanted to also let you know that at the end of the reading, I'm going to have a giveaway and give away one of the paperbacks of the book. And the way I want to do that is to once I do the very last one and I say this is the very last one, if you will email me that you're interested in one, I will try my best to pick the very first email that I get and get you a copy. I'll let you know also by email and tell you that you're the winner and get your address and send you a copy. So, like I said, chapter 14 is where we're starting tonight. Whoa. And see, that's another problem. I don't know how to edit. And I will not be able to edit that out. And I don't want to start over. Oh, it's so comical. But, so I'm going to leave it in. I hope you don't mind. Chapter 14, Mom and Dad Go Home. Truly wasn't sure when they would be leaving Pilgrim's Rest area, but she knew she would miss it. She and Bravely had begun to help the caretakers with all the work. They enjoyed this. There was a lot of work to do to keep up the cottage and the grounds, and they were happy to help. One morning, the caretakers came looking for Truly and Bravely. They were on the swings enjoying the morning. The couple asked them if they would come into the cottage. They took the two children into a small, quiet room where there was no one else. Then Mr. Caretaker told them that Mom and Dad had left for the Celestial City. They have made it home, dear children, he said softly. Bravely jumped up and said, but Mrs. Caretaker took Bravely's hand and Truly's hand and told them lovingly that Mom and Dad were home now with the King of Kings, and that it is not yet time for Bravely and Truly to go. They would stay at the Pilgrim's Rest area until there was a family of pilgrims found that they could go on their journey with. Bravely and Truly looked at each other with tears in their eyes. Mom and Dad were gone, and now they would have to wait to see them again when they reached the Celestial City. Bravely hugged Truly, and they cried together. But even though Truly was very sad, she couldn't help but be happy and excited for Mom and Dad. How wonderful it must be for them. The next day, as Truly went about her work at the cottage, she noticed that Bravely was spending a lot of time alone. She also noticed that he wasn't eating well. She understood how he felt. She was very sad too. She remembered the teachings of Mr. Shepherd and decided to search the book for words of comfort for them. In the days that followed Mom and Dad's arrival at the Celestial City, Truly and Bravely had happy days together. There were also many sad days too. They missed Mom and Dad. One evening, Bravely came into Truly's room. He sat down, trying to think about how to ask Truly the question he came to ask. He didn't know where to start. Truly, he said slowly, do you think Mom and Dad are happy? I mean, I try to be happy for them, but I miss them so much. After this, Truly noticed that he began to cry. Truly sat down beside him and hugged him. I don't know a lot about where they are, but the book says that the celestial city is more wonderful than anything we could ever imagine, she said. Yes, I remember that, said Bravely. Truly continued, and the book tells us not to sorrow as others who have no hope. We have the wonderful hope that Mom and Dad are safe and in a wonderful place, and that one day we will be with them too. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. You're right, Truly. Thanks. Bravely felt much better. There would be hard days ahead without Mom and Dad, but he would remember there were so many reasons to hope, and the celestial city was waiting. Chapter 15, Leaving Pilgrim's Rest Area. One day, when Truly and Bravely had been at the Pilgrim's Rest Area for quite a long while, a new couple came walking onto the grounds. As Bravely watched them walk up closer to the cottage, he thought he recognized them. He stopped what he was doing and went to greet them. When he was standing in front of them, he began to shout, Aunt and Uncle Longsuffering. Truly was working inside the cottage but could hear Bravely shouting, so she ran out to see what the commotion was all about. Oh, it's so good to see you, Bravely, said Uncle Longsuffering. Truly looked and saw that it was true. It was her aunt and uncle from the City of Destruction. Uncle Longsuffering was Dad's brother. Hugs were passed gladly all around. Then Truly led them into the cottage where a meal was being prepared for the travelers. But where are your Mom and Dad? Asked Aunt Longsuffering. We can't wait to see them. Truly looked sad for a moment and then told them excitedly, Oh, they have already reached the celestial city. It was not time for us to go, so we have remained here, helping at Pilgrim's Rest Area. I'm so happy for Mom and Dad, even though it has been so lonely without them. But you've been happy here? Auntie asked. Oh yes, Bravely and I love helping the caretakers, and they have been very good to us. I'm sorry you didn't come before Mom and Dad left, Truly said. Yes, we are too. We had so much to tell them, all about our leaving the City of Destruction. Yes, said Uncle. We wanted to share with them and with you how we came to be on this journey. It started with you, dear Truly. Many people came to us to ask questions about the decision you and your family made. Some were cruel and even mocking. Some were curious. However, it got us to thinking, and we began to read the book and found the truth there. Leaving the City of Destruction to come on this journey for the King has been the best decision we have ever made. Now, you must tell us all about the experiences you've had on this journey. They talked and shared until almost morning. They just couldn't seem to tear themselves away from each other to go to bed. It was wonderful to be near family again. They shared things, very precious things about their journey. They shared the good things and also the bad and the lessons they've learned. They talked about how the bad things were precious too because of the things they learned from them and how much they had grown. After a few days' rest, Uncle and Auntie were ready to be on their way. They spoke to the caretakers about Bravely and Truly. They very much wanted the two children to go on to the celestial city with them. Then they talked to the children and it was agreed they would all go on together. Truly was very excited. She and Bravely were happy to be getting back on the journey and then one day to see Mom and Dad again. The next morning they said goodbye to the caretakers and were soon on their way again. Auntie and Uncle reminded the children to be watchful. There are many dangers along the path, said Uncle. Truly had been at the Pilgrim's Rest Area for so long it was like a new world to her and to Bravely to be out and on the path again. Each day was a new, exciting experience. As they moved along the path, Truly thought of all the blessings they all now shared. They were a family again. They went on their way with hope. Hope that they would make it to the end of their journey. Hope that they would see Mom and Dad again. And hope that they would reach the celestial home and be with the King of Kings forever. They also went on with the surety that the one who brought them safe this far on the journey would see them through to the celestial city. They also had a wonderful peace that was so sweet, one that passed all understanding, Philippians 4:7. And they also had the joy that comes from being a child of the King and a member of the family of God. So that's the end of chapter 15, and we'll start next time, chapter 16, Doubting Castle. So keep in mind, when we get to the end, I'll want you to send me an email if you'd like to have a copy of the book. And other than that, have a great, blessed week. I love you.